Hello everyone. Welcome to the Advanced Construction Techniques course. In this course consists of 5 major units. In this class, we'll start with unit 1, that is substructure construction. So what is substructure? Okay. So the structure that is constructed below the ground level, we call it as substructure. So very good example for substructure element is your footing or your foundation. So in this picture, you can see the first picture tells you about the difference between superstructure and substructure. So superstructure is nothing but your structure which is constructed above your ground level. We call it as superstructure. And the structure that is constructed below your ground level, we call it as substructure construction. So second picture, it tells you in clear about the reinforcement detailing of your footing. So it is a construction process is involved in the construction of your footing as well. Okay. So in unit 1, we'll be discussing in detail about substructure, various substructure construction techniques. Okay. In this lecture class, we'll deal with one of the very finest construction process in substructure. Okay. That is nothing but your box jacking. So box jacking is a tunneling method which involves the jacking of a rectangular, a box-like structure. You can see a rectangle member that is being jacked or that is pushed or anchored inside the ground. Okay. So as a box jacking is a tunneling method which involves the jacking of rectangular RCC section into the ground. So in this picture, you can see there is a above the ground level, we have rail transportation, and below it involves a construction process. So the construction process is your a box jacking. So main advantage of your box jacking method is it does not disturb the prevailing traffic condition or prevailing condition, earth condition. Okay, so without the disturbance of or without creating disturbance for the existing member. Okay, so it is a process in which the precast RCC box section is pushed into a ground. So what is precast? Okay, so precast is a construction process that is being carried out away from your site, the required site. So that is the structural elements are constructed away from site, from the ground, that is a construction yard or the ground casting yard. It is being transmitted to the construction site. Okay, so mostly in box jacking we are using precast RCC box section. So these box sections are being jacked horizontally through the ground by the hydraulic jacks. So this box jacking is called as non-intrusive method or trenchless method. So this non-intrusive method or trenchless method means that it doesn't involve bulk excavation. It doesn't involve bulk excavation. Okay. So why does it doesn't involve means? So in this box jacking, the precast RC section are jacked horizontally through the ground using what? The help of the hydraulic jack. So only that portion of the earth is being evacuated or excavated. Okay, so that this portion is excavated to occupy the box section and the hydraulic jack equipment. Okay. So in this method, it doesn't require the vertical support or the ground support, since it is built away from the roadways and traffic control. Okay. Then when we see about the application part of box structure, it is mainly used in highway construction as well as in the construction of culvert. Okay, so in culvert it can be a subway or aqueduct. So more often it is used as subway or aqueduct or underground construction. Okay, so the main advantage of RC structure is traffic flow without disruption. So in this class we'll see in detail about what is box structure, where it is applied, and what are the construction process involved. Okay, so what is box structure? For predefining that, we have that is box jacking is nothing but your tunneling method. Okay, so this tunneling method involves jacking of rectangular box section into the ground. So, okay, so where does this box jacking method is used? We are using in highway construction or in construction of culvert. So in culvert, it can be a subway or aqueduct. Okay, so the main advantage of box jacking is it enables traffic flow without creating disturbance. Okay, so next we'll see about the construction process involved in box jacking. Okay, so it involves 4 major steps involved in box jacking. The first step is the box section, that is the rectangular RCC box section is being designed previously and is casted at the casting yard. Okay, from the casting yard, it has been transmitted to the required site. And before transporting the section, we have to prepare the grounds level. Okay, we evacuate or excavate the small portion of ground to create a platform or to create a foundation platform for the box section to be jacked. Okay, only with the help of that platform, with the support of that platform, the box section are being pushed into the ground. So okay, so first initially we evacuate small portion of earth, and after evacuate we build up a foundation. Over that foundation we try to place a box section that is being casted at the casting yard. After placing the casting yard, we apply a force. Okay, we apply a force with the help of the hydraulic jack. So by application of force, we are applying with the application of pushing force, we insert the box section into the ground. So the box section is designed accordingly to withstand the additional forces also. Okay. So the third point, it tells you that the hydraulic jacks are placed at the back, that is the rear end, and it helps to pushes the box into the ground. Okay, after the ground, after the box, the front end of the box has reached the front end, the hydraulic jacking process is stopped. So this is what is given here. The box is jacked carefully through the earth, and the jacking and excavation process is done in small incremental level so that it doesn't drag the soil into the box. So this slide clearly explains you about the steps involved in construction of box jacking. So the first picture, it tells you that we first evacuate a small portion of earth has been evacuated so that it can accommodate the box section and the foundation. So green color platform is the foundation that is built to support the box section and the hydraulic jack position. Okay, so at the back, this is the back end and this is your front end. So in the back end, we apply and we insert hydraulic jacks. At the front end, we position the tunneling equipment. Okay, so this tunneling equipment only, it helps to drill the earth surface. It helps to drilling the earth. So what happens slowly? We apply the hydraulic force slowly, and the box section moves forward. Okay, as the box section moves forward with the help of the hydraulic jack and at the front end we have the tunneling equipment, the soil is being evacuated. Okay, the excess soil has been removed with the help of the conveyor belt. And the last picture tells that the box section has reached the desired position. So excess soil is also collected at the evacuated area. That is, we call it as the initial or the shaft area. We call it as the initial or the shaft area, where we evacuate small portion of earth to accommodate the box section and the hydraulic chain. Okay, is that clear? I think it is very much clear about what is the construction process involved in box jacking. Okay, so box jacking is also called as tunnel jacking or jack box tunneling. So it name itself, it has tells you about box jacking. Similar to box jacking, we have arch jacking. So where in arch jacking, we insert the structure which is in the shape of arch. Okay, so this is mainly provided at subway railway tracks. Okay, so first step is we position the foundation box, and then we insert the precast arches into the ground level to the desired position. Okay, and in box jacking method, we have a subdivision. We call it as truss boring method. Okay, so in truss boring method is very much similar. So it is a process involves a simultaneous jacking of pipe through the earth. While removing, it helps removing the earth by the means of auger boring. So it is very much similar to pipe jacking. So in next class, we see in detail about what is pipe jacking, how far it differs from box jacking methods. Okay, so it is very important to know the importance of truss boring method. Okay, so we have two conditions. One is unstable condition and stable condition. In unstable condition, where the end of the auger is, okay, so the auger is nothing but your blade-like structure. Okay, so which helps in drilling. Okay, is kept retractor inside the encasement. So in stable condition, the auger can be successfully extended beyond the encasement. Okay, this method of truss boring method is used in any kind of soil condition. So the problems encountered in jacking is the settlement of ground, the seepage of soil, groundwater, and the caving in soil, right? So to counteract these problems, certain methodologies and certain solution has been followed here. One is the freezing of ground. It helps to control the settlement of soil and the seepage of groundwater. Okay, so the freezing of ground is, freezing means in general, freezing is nothing but we converting a liquid state into a solid state. Okay, we converting water into ice. The same thing, the freezing here, from the loose matter we convert into a solid matter with the help of some solution. Okay, this method of freezing of ground is mainly to encounter water seepage problem and settlement of ground. Okay, so in this method, you can see certain pipes are being drilled into the ground. So these, with the help of pipes, we insert a solution. So that is nothing but the brain solution is continuously passed through the pipes that are fixed into the soil. So these brain solution could go up to minus 30 degree. So when this brain solution are circulated into the pipes that are being drilled into the ground, it makes the ground freezing. Okay, it makes the ground into an ice block. So it makes very hard so that it doesn't settle down or it doesn't make the water to seepage. Okay, with the help of freezing of ground, we can counteract these two problems. So the spacing of freezing pipe will vary according to the type of soil, permeability, and other factor. So in general, the spacing is kept at 1.2 meter, right? And some problems are also encountered during freezing. Is one is upheaving of above the ground. Okay, that is, the ground means that the soil, because of the hardening of soil, the soil layer may be rise. Okay. To avoid that upheavement problem, we should be very careful about the ground freezing process and temperature adopt by the drain solution. Okay. So I have a YouTube video to demonstrate in detail about how box jacking process has been involved. This video tells you about the Hong Kong construction, that is the construction process of box jacking that is done in the Hong Kong. Okay. So I'll show the video on the last part of the lecture. And before that, we'll conclude about the advantages and disadvantages of box jacking. Okay, coming on to the advantages of box jacking is it is timely completion of project. Okay, it doesn't consume more time, so you can complete the project on time. So it doesn't cause any disturbance to the existing traffic, and you don't need to divert the traffic movement for because of the construction process. Okay. And disadvantage would be the cost involved in box checking process is a little bit higher, and it requires certain skilled labor, okay, to handle the design part of the precast RC section, or else the force that need to be applied by the hydraulic jack. And third one, a safety precaution has to be taken care since we are dealing with the underground. Okay. So summing up of the box construction, box jacking is a tunneling method, okay, which involves the jacking of rectangular RCC section into a ground. So where we use box jacking is one is your highway construction, the other one is the construction of culvert. So in culvert we have subway construction, or it can be an aqueduct construction. Okay. So box jacking is also called as tunnel jacking or box jacking tunneling. So advantages and disadvantages, the completion of project can be very timely, and it doesn't cause any disturbance to the existing traffic. On the other hand, if you see about the disadvantages, the cost involved in the project may be higher, and it requires some skilled labor also, and safety precaution also has to be taken into the consideration. Okay, is that clear? This is in detail about box construction. As I said earlier, I'll show a video about the construction process involved in box jacking, which is followed in Hong Kong. Okay. So this video will elaborate about the real-time project of box jacking. I think it is very much clear about the construction process involved. So we'll see in detail about the various construction techniques that is involved in substructure construction in further classes. Thank you.